Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan. We have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. We're live from Portland, Oregon. Hometown fans are cheering for their Trailblazers. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. There's the bucket. Good.
And they are on the board first.
Trying to set the tone here early. I like that.
And guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA. None brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
Pass to Aminu. The dish to McCollum. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
What I like, though, about Stephen Curry also is his demeanor, Clark. He cheers on his teammates, keeps his head up through adversity. He does it all.
Yeah, he's pretty much unflappable. He's level-headed, and he puts his teammates first. That's what makes him a championship-caliber superstar.
And some of Harrison Barnes' teammates have referred to him as the senator because of the way he carries himself. And, you know, a very level-headed, dignified young man, and just he has an air about it.
And Harrison Barnes at times has been criticized in the past for not being more, Clark, assertive on the court.
Well, you know, it's interesting. He had to weather the pressure of expectations since high school. I mean, people were comparing him to Kobe Bryant back then, but HB can't get caught up in that. He's got to be true to himself. You know what I tell guys? Do you.
Yeah.
Do you.
The drive by Thompson.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Curry against Lillard. From deep, an absolute bomb from three-point range. Curry's got 5 now. Kicks it to McCollum. It's deflected. It's stolen by Green. Outside Curry. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And even 3-on-3 break. To end the run. And McCollum the bucket on the assist by Aminu. Warriors leading by 5. Pass to Green. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
And it's sent back by Bogut. It's stolen by Aminu. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break.
Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
And, Clark, the best way to get that early offense is with steals that allows you to get out in transition. Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Curry can't get it to go. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, but their defense, Gia, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
Yeah, I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season, and some nights the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
Here's Aminu. Inside. Got a hand on it. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Ed Davis is checked in for Plumlee. Myers Leonard comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Harkless. And Krabs subbed in for McCollum. Then for the Warriors, Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Curry. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And you know, with the Warriors, it goes beyond the stats. High character guys, tremendous culture. They had a lot of guys that could guard multiple positions and defend them well. That was a big reason they became champs.
Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. Grab dishes to Leonard. 5 to shoot. Barbosa with the steal. Spate kicks to Livingston. Down low. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Davis. Crab. Portland shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
There's not a lot you can say that hasn't been said before about his skill at the charity stripe.
The Warriors have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Leonard with the steal. Davis, the pass to Lillard. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Feeds it to Crab. Down low. Here's Leonard. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Warriors trailed by 3.
And Myers Leonard at 7'1", an interesting combination of size, athleticism, and shooting touch. Really likes to play on the perimeter.
And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
Timeout called the Warriors. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
.130 left to play in the first. Here is Livingston. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Six to shoot. They need this one. The offensive rebound. And that is good.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Spades dishes to Barbosa. Here's Livingston. And that one comes up a bit short.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
If they time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
Portland leading by 3. Trap, good.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Knocks it loose. Davis kicks to Anderson. Fires the 3. Up in time. And that does it for the first quarter. Portland out in front. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
And for the past few seasons, Portland's bench has really been their Achilles heel. I mean, last year they showed some improvement. The reserves play stole the game for them on more than one occasion, but still wouldn't be considered a strength.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin the second quarter. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Harrison Barnes is out there with Iguodala. And it's Azili in at the 5.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
And for Portland, the bench still wasn't leaned on heavily for minutes. Greg was just talking about that. But they were in the top 5, Clark, in scoring efficiency, and they shot 45% from the floor on the year.
And what was a weakness for them in 14 was a strength for them in 15. And actually, they were their best down the stretch of last season.
Thompson from long range. It's deflected. Here's McCollum. And stolen by Barnes. And it's the Warriors on the break for the finish. And it's denied. To the inside. Takes it off the glass. McCollum's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
That feed by Iguodala, a really good example of his passing ability.
Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for the Warriors. Here's McCollum. He has 6. Up and in for the basket, number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen. Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Back to Plumlee. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Now here's Curry. 5 points in the game. Lets it go with a 3. Can't get it to go. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level. Was an MVP candidate right from the start of the season. and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very deserving. You could see how he elevated his play, and so many of us and so much talk focuses on what he does offensively. But he was ahead of the snake of a terrific defensive group for Golden State a season ago, and that's one reason why he ended up being the MVP.
And with Curry winning his first NBA MVP award, he played the fewest minutes by an MVP in league history, mostly because his team was up by so much he got to sit a number of fourth quarters.
Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Noah Vonleh. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Golden State.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Tipped away. Stolen by...
This is crazy. Every shot they're taking right now is finding the mark.
Literally every shot, partner. I mean, they just aren't missing.
Over in the corner, Harkless. He feeds it to Plumlee. He dishes it to McCollum. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
His eyes just simply light up when he gets that close to the bucket. And you just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Hey, guys, C.J. McCollum is a scoring-minded combo guard out of Lehigh. Was taken with the 10th pick back in 2013 and still looking to make a big impact in the NBA.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Davis is checked in for Plumlee. Henderson comes in for Maurice Harkless. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Allen Crabbe. Now a timeout called by Golden State. Now McCollum has struggled with injury. He's broken a bone in each of the last 3 seasons dating back to college at Lehigh.
Yeah, and if he can stay healthy, I think he's got a bright future. He had a broken finger last season, and he broke his foot twice in the seasons prior, Kevin, just to embellish the injury situation. But he's got some ability.
Warriors trail by 18. Curry with it. 5 points in the game. To halt the run. And Davis pulls it down.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
It's Rush outside. And again, no good by Golden State.
And, you know, you can feel the desperation right now. They're starting to lose their composure offensively.
Yeah, it's palpable, Greg. I mean, clearly you can see the frustration. And it's understandable. I mean, right now they're on the wrong side of a big run.
Spates checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Curry. And it's the Warriors with the ball. Portland was just fantastic at home last season. We expect that, though, of this team, Greg. 32-9. It was packed each game.
And Kevin, of that 32-win mark, how about that was the 4th best in the entire league? You don't win your division without winning at home, and Portland definitely took care of business.
Henderson, no one around him. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's McCollum. Kicks it out to Lillard. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Leonard, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. The Warriors also with a sub. Clark's checked in. And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. Trying to get back on track. And he gets it to go.
Well, I tell you what, it seems as though Portland is always good at home. It was 2007 when they last had a losing record in this building. Even when they're down overall, they're always tough at home.
And Aminu kicks to Anderson. From 12 feet out. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Anderson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Now here's Spates. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Clark, the pass to Iguodala. From outside, off the mark.
And unfortunately, guys, for Portland, they didn't have home court advantage in the playoffs. As great as they were at home all year, it could have made a big difference for them in the postseason.
Pass to Livingston. And there's the feed to Green. Livingston, no luck.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
The Trailblazers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. And both free throws good for Damian Lillard. From deep three-point range. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Trailblazers out in front, opening up a huge gap. From Portland, we're back in a moment.
All right, I want everyone to give it up.
Now it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
What a game we've seen here from McCollum. 12 points, and he has been the definition of a thief with all those steals.
And Clark, defensively, he has played this game just so intelligently. I mean, he hasn't let them get away with any loose passes or sloppy ball handling.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Plumlee out there with Aminu. And it's Harkless in at the 3. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Lillard attacking. Nice D from Bogut.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Curry. Just 5 to shoot. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Mason Plumlee will really put it on you. Tough, hard-nosed player, has the size to bang and the athleticism, GA, to run the court.
And it's interesting, Kevin. His game translated better as a professional than maybe as a collegiate. I mean, he's a guy that's a lunch pail kind of player. Rolls up his sleeves, focuses in, and willing to do the dirty work.
Excellent point about the comparison college to pro. I think you're right on. Now, Green, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Back to Green. Golden State moving the ball around. From deep. Another miss by Curry.
And, you know, back to Plumlee, he showed steady improvement last season, improved statistically in just about every category over his rookie year. If he could become a little less mechanical with his postgame, I think he could even go higher. Boy, he wanted everybody in the building to know who threw that one down.
Hanging on the rim is, I guess, one way to do it.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, you want to make sure you don't get teed up from a situation like that.
For 3.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
All right, I want everyone to...
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
You know, one thing about Plumlee, going back, he's been a tremendous rebounder. He can shoot over 60% from the field for you. However, he was a terrible free throw shooter last season, under 50%, which caused at least a couple teams to employ a little hack-a-Mason strategy.
Crab, he's checked in for Portland. Trailblazers leading by 21. Lillard attacking. And stolen by Barnes. And it's the Warriors on the break. It's deflected. They get it back.
Mo Harkless. That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Portland.
Well, from the moment he stepped into the league, Klay Thompson was lights out in terms of shooting. Clark, he has never had a problem knocking one down.
Well, the first player in league history to notch 500 made threes in his first 3 seasons in the league. That is remarkable.
And so Thompson nails both of them. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Lillard dishes to Plumlee. Fires from 18. No good. Great D that time from Green.
Harrison Barnes.
And for Thompson, his three-pointer was his calling card early on, but I love the way he's expanded his game every season. He's become a very good defender and broaden his offensive game as well.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. The wide open look for Plumlee. No good, unable to end this run. But they get it back. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And another three for Golden State.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
You know, and speaking of Thompson expanding his game, he's also come out of his shell a little bit. Very quiet early on, but he has gotten more and more comfortable in the league and becoming more outspoken.
Look at that shot!
Oh, my goodness.
How did that go in?
How about that?
Oh! Here's Plumlee. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard, Clark.
Yes,
Bring it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Yes, sir.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
And it's the Warriors on the break. Green leading the charge. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
That's his first personal foul.
Clark, remember a year ago, Klay Thompson was the subject of trade speculation, possibly, in fact, going to the Timberwolves for Kevin Love.
Yeah, in the end, the Warriors stood pat, and it was a controversial decision at that point, but I don't think there's any question it was a pretty good move for the Warriors right now.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Davis is checked in for Plumlee. Myers comes in for Harkless. And it's Henderson for Lillard.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last three field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Ian Clark's checked in for the Warriors.
Turnover.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Yeah, foolish play. He's got to be thinking out there.
Which he clearly wasn't on that play. Or maybe he was thinking just about something other than basketball.
Well, speaking of thinking, back home, guys, we call that a good old-fashioned brain freeze.
Out of bounds. Remains Portland ball.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Good.
CJ McCollum.
And that's now 17 points for C.J. McCollum.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
Here's McCollum. 17 points in the game. And Portland again with the bucket.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Checking in for the Warriors.
Spates checked in for Draymond Green. Stolen by Henderson. And here's McCollum for three. That's in there. Davis with the assist. And it's now 22 points for C.J. McCollum. And, guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Trailblazers?
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year.
Here's Davis. Now the dish to Cram. The offensive rebound. McCollum passes to Davis. Here's Azili. And that's going to be a turnover. They called for 8 seconds.
And they've been just a little too casual with the basketball. It continues to haunt them.
And it has hurt them, no doubt about it. 7 points yielded off turnovers this quarter alone.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Aminu's checked in. And Golden State also making a change. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Festus Ezeli. Here's Henderson. Rush grabs the miss. On our old partner, Steve Kerr, also got a chance to coach the West All-Stars, and Greg, his record-setting debut season with the Golden State Warriors. Clark, he really hit a lot of big milestones early.
Well, none of us are surprised at his success.
No.
I mean, Steve will be the first to tell you it was because he was surrounded by excellent assistants. I mean, that's one of the underrated aspects of being a good coach is you've got to have a good staff, and Steve has that.
Excellent point.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
And there's the pass to Aminu. There's a screen. Jacks up a 3. He got it! That is one fantastic buzzer beater!
He hit that shot like it was nothing. Just another day at the office.
That is what you call much in the clutch.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's the Trailblazers ending the 3rd quarter with an energy burst, a 19-7 run. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Barbosa is out there with Ian Clark. Then there's Maurice Spates. Then it's Rush. And it's Ezeli in at the 5 roaming the paint. Here's Clark. Dishes to Rush. Fires from deep. No good.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Brandon Rush. That's his first personal foul.
2 shots.
Yo, okay, so here's the deal. Party. Alright, broadcast. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Here's the deal. What's happening is basically we can play blacktop, Jarell. It don't matter to me. We can play blacktop. Or we can play Call of Duty. But right now I'm dealing with a baby right now, okay? Why is he biting? Alright, y'all.